Dear students, today we will study about the next family, that is Solanaceae. And coming to our slides, first we will discuss about the habitat or distribution of the Solanaceae. So this family is commonly called as potato family because the it is this particular family is economically very important for some of the vegetables and some cultivated crops, and among that the most important crop is potato, that is Solanum tuberosum. So this family is famous for the name potato family. So it is a large family well distributed in tropics and subtropics, or it is most of the species coming under this particular family is growing abundantly in the tropical and subtropical climatic conditions. So some of the species is growing in temperate zone also, for example the species verbena. So the family includes 2000 species belong to 90 genera. Among that 70 species of 21 genera is growing in or cultivated in or grow wildly in India. So several members are cultivated species, I already told, and among them three famous crops, that is Solanum tuberosum, that is potato, Solanum melangina, that is brinjal, Lycopersicum esculentatum, that is tomato. Okay, so here we can see these three species, and this is the underground stem of potato plant, and it is here we can see this potato, and here we can see the hybrid species. Actually it is a hybrid species of brinjal. Here we can see the tomato, and so that's why the family is known by the name potato family. Okay, so like that of the previous taxonomic explanations, here also we can study first part, that is vegetative characteristics, and first we will discuss about its habit, how the plant is looking, or normally most of the species, how it is categorized, and here we can see most of the species is herbs, Petunia and Withania. Here we can see this two species, and the first one, that is the Petunia, is a garden plant, and Withania somnifera. Withania is an medicinal plant, and in Ayurveda it is in Sanskritam it is known by the name Ashwagandha. And root, of course it is a dicot family, so it is a branched taproot system we can see. And stem it is aerial, erect, climbing. And Solanum, here the ornamental species is here, that is Solanum jasminoides, is very beautiful flowers. See this, and it is actually a climber. Then the stem is very herbaceous, or sometimes we can see woody, and cylindrical stem, branched, solid or sometimes hollow stem, hairy stem, or glabrous. Sometimes it is glabrous. Glabrous means without hair and smooth, and it is with a cuticle protection, so it appears as glabrous. That is, it is able to reflect most of the light, so it is we can see the stem surface is glowing like. So that's why the name glabrous. Then underground stem, of course it is potato, that is in Solanum tuberosum. That is the characteristics of stem, that is aerial, and sometimes we can see climbing, herbaceous, or sometimes woody, cylindrical, hollow, branched, hairy, or glabrous. Glabrous is opposite to hairy. Then underground stem is also there, that is example, that is Solanum tuberosum. So leaves normally colline. Already I explained many times what is the meaning of colline, that is then ramal, exstipulate, there is no stipules, petulate or sometimes sessile, that is without petiole. Alternate leaves, sometimes opposite, simple, entire leaf margin, sometimes pinnatisect, that is example here we can see the pinnatisect, that is it is pinnately compound and with the irregular leaf patterns, that is pinnatisect. In Lycopersicum, that is tomato, sub tomato leaf, and unicostate, that is only a single midrib region, and reticulate venation, that is the leaf characteristics. Next we will study about the floral characters, that is for the inflorescence type. Normally the flowers sometimes solitary and axillary flowers, umbellate cyme or helicoid cyme also we can see, and a dichircial cyme with a clubbed tendency seen in Vitex, Clerodon. Some modifications of this. Normally the inflorescence already I told, that is axillary or extra axillary, and cymose mainly, monocacial condition sometimes we can see, and in Nicotiana, that is tobacco, we can see it is a panicle type of inflorescence, but main character is like it's a solitary axillary umbellate cyme or helicoid cyme. Okay. Then coming to floral flower, study about the flower. Flowers are bracteate or sometimes ebracteate. Then pedicel is there, so the flowers are pedicellate, and complete flowers, that is both essential and non-essential whorls are there. Bisexual flowers, so it is hermaphrodite, actinomorphic, and one modification is there. Some taxonomists, they are considering the flowers are zygomorphic. Why they are considering the flowers are, it appears as actinomorphic. Why they are considering the flowers are zygomorphic, I will explain later. Then pentamerous hypogynous. Here we can see this LS of flowers, and here we can see this pedicel is also with numerous hairs. Then superior ovary, style, stigma. Then we can see this corolla, all these structures. Okay, and once again, why some taxonomists are considering this particular flower as zygomorphic, we will study later. Then calyx 5, gamosepalous, tubular or campanulate. Valvate or imbricate estivation, persistent calyx is the main characteristics of this family, that is the calyx is persistent, that is it is able to persistent along with the fruit. Remember the fruit structure of brinjal, there we can see very thick calyx is there, persistent calyx, and green or sometimes variantly colored, hairy, inferior. Okay, here we can see the back side of this flower, you can see this cone shaped calyx, it's green color, see this bud condition, and this is a characters mainly related to the calyx or sepals. Then corolla, petals 5, gamopetalous, tubular or infundibuliform, that is sometimes it is like that of the flowers which are found in datura, that is it's a trumpet shaped, that is infundibuliform. Valvate or imbricate estivation, scale or hair like outgrowths may arise from the base of the or throat of the corolla tube, colored and inferior or ovary. Then coming to the characteristics of androecium, it's very simple. Stamens 5, epipetalous, polyandrous, petalous, that means it is alternated with, here we can see this corolla cut open, you can see the position of stamen, it is always alternated with the petals. Okay. Then filaments inserted deep into the corolla tube and thus Dithecus usually basifixed or dorsifixed. Here we can see this basifixed stamens, and intros and inferior. Okay. And coming to gynoecium, gynoecium is syncarpous, ovary superior, bilocular, unilocular. Sometimes that is in Hinunia, it is unilocular, axial placentation. Placentae are swollen. Here we can see the swollen placentae. Then many ovules in each loculus. Then ovary obliquely placed. Remember, the ovary of this particular flower is obliquely placed. That is the arrangement of carpels is peculiar. So the posterior carpel is tilted towards the right and the anterior one is tilted towards the other end. See this, okay, and other end, and so the septum occupies an oblique position. See, the septum, that is the placenta arrangement, is obliquely placed, okay, and whereas in normal condition it occupies the horizontal position. Horizontally, in normal actinomorphic flowers, we can see this intersecting wall or the septum is always horizontal in position. So it is often described as an obliquely zygomorphic flower, and that's why that is, generally speaking, the flowers are actinomorphic, and due to the obliquely placed ovary, that cross walls are slightly tilted towards one side or obliquely placed, the flower is considered as a zygomorphic flower. Because suppose we are cutting through any plane, in case of this ovary only, we can't get equal halves due to the obliquely arranged cross walls. That's why some taxonomists, they are considering the flower of the Solanaceae member is a zygomorphic flower. Okay. Then structure of this gynoecium is as normal as that of any gynoecium. That is, we can see a disc present to the lower portion of the ovary. Then style is simple as stigma. Stigma, it is bifid sometimes, or sometimes it is capitate. Here it is capitate. Okay. And this is the taxonomic condition, and this is the calyx gamosepalous condition. Corolla, it is with epipetalous stamens. Stamens are basifixed, and an apical pore. Normally the anthers will split open to the upper portion, that is the apical pore is there, and here we can see the gynoecium structure. These are fruits and obliquely placed ovary, and see this condition, floral diagram. Here we can see this slightly obliquely positioned intersecting septum of ovary. Okay, so that's why that is the speciality of this floral arrangement that is especially in ovary conditions. And fruit, it is a capsule or berry. Seed, it is endospermic. That is, here we can see this two types of fruits. That is, here it is berry. Here also we can see that septum, obliquely placed septum is there. Then capsule, here this is the fruit of datura. It is a capsule. Inside we can see the seeds. These are actually brinjal seeds. Okay, this endospermic. Seeds are endospermic, and pollination is, of course, it is endomophilous, and this is a floral formula. Bracteate, actinomorphic, and bisexual. Calyx 5, it is gamo. Corolla 5, androecium, anthers 5, epipetalous. That's why we are drawing a connection link between A and C, and gynoecium, that is 2 carpels. And next we will study about the economic importance of Solanaceae, and this Solanaceae is commonly called as potato family. So, from that itself we can see it has many species which are cultivated for food. Then medicinal properties are there, narcotics are there, ornamentals are there. And food purpose, Solanum tuberosum, potato, Solanum melangina, brinjal, Lycopersicum, esculendum, tomato, capsicum is there. There are different varieties of capsicum and different species of capsicum is there and used as vegetables. Then Physalis perviana produces edible berries. Physalis. In Malayalam it is called as Nyotanodian. Then medicinal property, that is Atropa belladonna, contains alkaloid atropine. This is used in belladonna plasta. Atropine is used for eye testing and it is an alkaloid. And Nicotiana tabacum, it is tobacco, that is it is with we are categorized actually in narcotics, but Nicotiana tabacum is also with some medicinal properties which yield nicotine. So, the nicotine is used as a medicine for Parkinson's disease. Okay. And also the nicotine is used to escape from this bad habit, that is cigarette smoking. When the instinct occurs in the mind of a chain smoker, suppose he is ingested or he is using this nicotine, and we can reduce the addiction. Okay. And Hyoscyamus niger, that is omum, in Malayalam it is omum, Solanum nigrum, Datura, Withania somnifera, that is ashwagandha, are used medicinally. So, narcotics, tobacco is obtained from the leaves of Nicotiana tabacum and variously used in cigarettes, BD, chewing and likewise. Then ornamentals, that is any species are there, they are with the beautiful flowers, and petunia, cestrum, lycium, salpiglossis, chrysanthus are cultivated for gardens as ornaments, ornamental flowers. That is, here we can see this Nicotiana, and Nicotiana already in at the time of inflorescence also, here we can see this panicle arrangement. Okay. And these leaves are dried and used as tobacco. Then Atropa belladonna, that is an Ayurvedic plant, that is Atropa belladonna. Then Hyoscyamus niger, that is Oma. The seeds are used as medicinal property and also used in some food making, that is it is used for creating some it's used as condiments sometimes. Okay. Datura, in Malayalam it is omum, here datura it is and Solanum nigrum. Then cestrum, it's a garden plant, it's the different varieties are there, different colors are there. Then lycium, then here it's salpiglossis, so it is temperate growing plant, and chrysanthus, these are with the different varieties, see the flower structure. Okay. And these are the some of the ornamental flowers growing. And most important point is, what is this oblique ovary? And it may ask for 2 marks question also. Then you should write the floral diagram. So sometimes the floral diagram of Solanaceae may ask for 2 marks. Okay. Okay. If you are having any doubt, please ask. And next we will study, next class will continue this type of study, and only few families are left in your syllabus. So study well, and if you are having any doubt, please ask. Thank you.